Wish I never found out. Advice. First off, thanks to whoever listens to this one. I'd appreciate any input. AITAH? Is she? So my girlfriend and I have been together 24 years. December 16th of 2024, we met in high school and have been together since. After we graduated 2005, she took a job working at her dad's company where she met a guy who was a few years older than her, and I knew he was into her. I believe she was 19, he was 25. I found out at one point they had hung out a few times. She claimed they went to the movies and she had gone to look at new cars with him, but she swore that was it. We went out to breakfast, and she admitted they had hung out the night before until midnight or so before coming back to my house. She also let me know she had to make a decision and choose between us. Ultimately she chose me, but I was suspicious more had happened. I questioned her for years, but was always met with a silent treatment every single time. And it is embarrassing to admit how much I bugged her about it, crying to her to just be honest with me. Now our relationship is not perfect. Let me be the first to say, I'm kind of asshole. I have ADHD and I think I might be a bit autistic as my hobbies have taken up a huge part of my adult life. But in our time together she has always felt very cold and closed off to me. There were years that by her own admittance she refused sex, or if we did sleep together it was missionary only. All the while she was watching porn and masturbating herself. And I expressed this to her, only to be told that I'm crazy or I'm somehow the problem. Fast forward 10 years or so after the situation with the guy from her work, she ends up pregnant. And we were going through a rough patch, but we tried to make things work. When my daughter was 3, my girlfriend lost her warehouse job we worked at together. I tried to get her to appeal it, but she refused. She ended up taking a job going back to work with her dad. I went on their website and saw the guy still worked there. I told her I didn't feel comfortable with this, and she let me know that although he worked at the same building, it's a different company. Clearly she had been keeping tabs on him. When she told me this, I sat down with her and had a very serious discussion that if she went back I felt as if she's choosing this job over the family that we were attempting to start together. She let me know that she was in fact choosing the job, and hit her rich dad up to see if he will help her find a new place. He agreed, and she was ready to leave. After a while, the plans changed from a house to a mobile home which she wasn't happy with, so she decided to stay. Fast forward a few more years, we have a second daughter together. And although things weren't great, we remained civilized. Now throughout this let me say, I always had shitty jobs. Never wanted kids, but I stepped up in a big way and promoted within my job and went from making $40K to $100K over the past few years. When she lost the job at her dad's, she became a stay-at-home mom and has been the past 7 years. The entire time our house has been a mess. When I say a mess I mean laundry piled up, toys covering every inch of the floor, dirty dishes constantly. To the point we can't have visitors to our place, which drove me absolutely insane. I really didn't think it's fair to me that I work all week and can't have anyone come by on the weekends without spending all my time cleaning. So last year we ended up having a house fire, which needless to say was embarrassing with the firefighters and landlord coming into our hoarder situation. We ended up in a hotel while we were waiting on our place to get fixed up. The hotel was also a disgusting mess, despite me having a serious talk with her that this is the last attempt at fixing things. One night in the hotel, our 3-year-old beings her phone over that she's playing on because she got lost and needed to find her way back to YouTube. When she hands me the phone I see a message to a guy that starts off, "I hope you don't think I'm being creepy." Turns out it's a guy she worked with for years, that I had never heard about. When I confronted her with this, she got pissed of course. And that the message is as old and he never replied, but I was upset. I told her with everything we're going through I don't know if I want to continue the relationship. She responded by telling me that if I leave her she's going to make my life as miserable as she possibly can, take me for all the child support possible and move my kids several states away to go live with her dad. I didn't react well to this, and as some sort of trauma response I decided that I'm going to start being super nice to her and improve my treatment 100%. I do recognize that she has been very depressed, so have I, but I always felt like she has hated me and I have communicated it. And I've told her I love her enough that if being with someone else would take her misery away, I want that for her. After a few weeks she noticed and asked why I was being so nice, and when I told her she didn't seem to care. Nothing improved. While in the hotel I ended up getting us a house and we didn't end up going back to the apartment. I let her know though, I'm giving it 1 year and if things don't improve we're done. The place remained a mess. 6 months in, on my birthday she invited my family over for a cookout but never cleaned up. Then when I didn't want to spend my weekend cleaning the place she made me call my parents and cancel the plans. Which was kind of a breaking point. I also had a heart attack at 38 years old 2 months before my birthday. This summer I met a younger girl at work and I can't lie, we ended up having a brief affair. It went on for several months, but had fizzled out. And I feel like an absolute piece of shit for it. This was after feeling like I'm the only ones who gives a fuck about the relationship ever. And this was after me working to end things. She just keeps claiming we're not ending it regardless of how I feel. After 20 years of denying it she finally admitted that her and the guy she worked with did used to sleep together. 2 months after things ended with the girl. Their relationship was 1,000,000 times worse than I thought. One summer she invited me up to a work function where I was hanging out with all the coworkers who knew she was cheating, which was very awkward, only to find out that her and the guy had gotten a room in the same hotel that very summer. She spent the night at his house, you name it. The only reason she admitted this is because she saw the girl and I on the news Togweather at the grand opening of a store. It feels like she never really cared for or respected me and only told me to get even. She kept releasing small parts of the story every day only to add more later when I would question her. And I genuinely feel she is still holding things back. She wants to work things out now, but I feel like the relationship is beyond repair. She keeps throwing what I did in my face, but I feel like the 20 years of lying is so much worse. She saw it changed me, and I even went on antidepressants for over a year to try and be normal after I found out. I know I'm never going to believe her about anything again. We have a house together she can't afford and won't leave. She wants me to go knowing she's gonna lose the place our kids love. The situation is so ugly. Fuck everything. Thanks again for listening. I would appreciate any advice or opinions. Any questions too, feel free. Comment one. I don't know why I am back in Infidelity post. But let me give you spoilers. Those times she didn't want sex, she was sleeping with other guys. When she was depressed, she wasn't depressed because of life, but because she wasn't getting attention enough from other guys. Unfortunately you already said she has been cheating because I was about to tell you a story of a girl that said she was trying to choose between 2 guys, she was in fact sleeping with and going on dates with both guys at the same time. If you feel bad about yourself, just feel back for being a coward and not leaving. Anything asides that you're good, because for her the relationship never really started. She only stay with you because the older guy didn't want to commit to a relationship, so she said she chose you to make you feel special, ameo. If you truly know what you're living with in that house you would travel to another continent running away. If you take the total current comments you see in this post, 8, put her on a lie detector machine, ask her if the body count is higher than that number since you guys started dating, the only answer that won't spike the machine would be yes. I'm really sorry for you and your kids, you can't win against her now though. The best time to have run was 20 years ago. Plus you've been dating yourself, also she's just been using you to tell other guys she wants. Look at my man, he works hard, you better be grateful I want to sleep with you as well when they play hard to get. You've already lost. My recommendations. Stop putting more kids in her and make sure all kids turn 18 and then leave. That's if she doesn't find someone else that agrees for her to leech onto them first. Which will lead to her taking you to court for separation. Go for goddamn therapy. Change your cowardly mindset. If your mindset doesn't change, you will fall back into the hands of a similar person after this ordeal ends.